The 1950 Washington Lee football team surprised the collegiate football world, winning the Southern Conference and being invited to the Gator Bowl. The team captains were number 37, Don Ferguson, and number 44, Joe McCutcheon. Let's visit with Don Ferguson.
Oh, it's just part of it. I didn't know just how well I was going to be able to, what I could even make the team, but I was struck by Gil Bosetti and his athletic ability and leadership. Of course, Walt Michaels was a tremendous athlete, but we had a lot of veterans there with mature guys that really made up the team, along with some young fellows. It all melded into a rather nice football club. It was a complete surprise to everybody, including Washington Lee Athletic Department, and I mean, I don't think it was but, 4 or 5 bowls at that time.
Lee Booth, the inimitable Washington and Lee publicist, wrote a poem about the day. I want to be in Florida for that Gator Bowl guarantee where minks will congregate and George can celebrate. I want to be at Ponte with the cranes on New Year's Day, where even gloomy Carl Wise can be gay. I want to be with Captain Dick and throw his dimes away. We'll have that Christmas cheer, and the alumni will furnish the lager. Gotta hear our plea. Take a chance on W and Lee. I want to be in Florida. It's the Gator Bowl for me. The Generals will receive the opening kickoff, gathering around Coach Barkley. The Cowboys on the other side are ready to kick the ball off. The Cowboys undefeated at 9-0 coming into the game. The Generals stand 8-2, but 6-0 in Southern Conference play. Both teams ready for this big showdown in Jacksonville, Florida. A crowd of 26,000 on hand as the Cowboys kick it off. The Generals receive the opening kick inside the 10-yard line. Back up the field, a great play by the special teams of the Wyoming. 1st and 10 for the Generals on the 18. Bosetti pitches to Stark. Stark around the right side, a big gain for the senior. On 2nd down, a straight dive into Cowboy country, and the Generals have got their mojo working. And now a cross buck by the Generals for a short gain. Bosetti on the reverse, hands off to Charlie Holt. Holt, a big gain, 1st down at the Wyoming 37-yard line. Long count by Bosetti. Handoff on the dive to Holt. Holt straight up the middle, but the ball bounds free. It's loose, and the Cowboys have recovered the turnover by the Generals. From the single wing, boom, boom, Tam Boom fires a pass complete, but look at this fumble. It picks up 3 yards for Wyoming. Again from the single wing, Tam Boom straight up the middle, a short gain. Tam Boom again drops back to pass, looks downfield, fires outside. What a catch by the Cowboy receiver despite great coverage by the Generals. Now Tam Boom brings it back the other way to the near side. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cowboys inside the Generals 10. Missing middle linebacker Walt Michaels today. Handoff off the right side. The Generals make a big stuff. Again, the Cowboys try to go to the left side. Incomplete pass in the end zone. The Generals, will they pick a goal line stand here? 3rd down. And they sack Tam Boom. Now it's 4th down. And the Generals, are they going to make the goal line stand? Yes, they do, and the ball goes over to the Generals, but they'll kick it out of the end zone into a fierce win. The short kick rolls dead at about the 35-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10. Tam Boom, a great passer, drops back. Now he's going to run with the ball, and he's scurries down inside the 20-yard line. A straight dive by the Cowboys down close to the 10. The Cowboys taking advantage of the Generals' fumble on the drive. Hand off the left side, about the 5-yard pickup on the play, and that's the end of the first quarter. No score at the end of the first quarter of play. And the officials conferring at the other end, wondering why they weren't wearing hats. Again, from the single wing, Tam Boom rolls to his right, looks back, fires across the field, touchdown, Wyoming. So Wyoming on the scoreboard first. Happy Cowboy fans, they're just happy to be out of the snow. Wyoming lining up for the extra point. Notice the straight-on kicker. Snap, set, kick is up. And the kick is wide left, so the score will stay 6-0. Although that young Wyoming cheerleader, she again is just, 7-0. That kick was good. So the Cowboys kick it off. This time a shorter kick taken by the Generals. Up the middle of the field, it'll be good field position this time around for Washington Lee outside its own 30.
Bossetti
rolls to the right, fires downfield, double coverage, and the ball knocked loose from the Generals receiver. Pitch to the trailing back, turning the left side, going downfield, and the Generals continue to move the rock against the Cowboys. First down at midfield.
Bossetti
drops to pass, fires across, intercepted, the second turnover of the day for Washington and Lee, and the Cowboys in good field position. And to Tam Boom, he's going to roll right, look to throw the ball downfield, and a great catch by the Cowboy receiver. First and 10, again Tam Boom, this time straight ahead on the keeper. No, he hands it off on the reverse. Oh, what a tricky ball handling day. Looked like Gil Bossetti right there. But a big walk-off against the Cowboys, a 15-yard penalty. That backs them up into their own territory. Again, Tam Boom drops to throw. He heaves it down to the center field. Wide open receiver. Great catch. So again, the Cowboys on the move. Tam Boom fires it to the outside, complete inside the Generals' 10-yard line. It'll be just shy of first down yardage. So the officials indicating that they're there. Handoff off the right side, a short gain as the Generals' defense comes up big on first down inside the 10. Second down now, and the Cowboys going to call timeout to talk about it. No, actually, we get a 5-yard penalty against the Cowboys for delay of game. Tam Boom drops to throw again into the end zone. Incomplete. Great coverage there by the Generals, but what's this? An interference call. Did you see interference on that play against the Generals? Inside the 3-yard line, straight ahead and into the end zone, the Cowboys go for their second touchdown of the day. Oh, we're going to have a halftime show at the game. Let's have a halftime show right here. Our special guest today, Don Ferguson, and he's going to talk about the Tennessee-Washington Lee game in 1950, won by the Tennessee team, but barely.
A bus came up to the gate, and the gatekeeper kept looking around the bus, and he didn't open the gate, and he said, well, where's the other bus? And Coach Barkley told him, he said, we only have one bus. And the gatekeeper said, nobody plays Tennessee with one load of bus ball players.
And here comes royalty. Who is that man in that dark suit? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's senior Steve Miles Jr. of Louisville, Kentucky. The senior from Washington Lee was nominated and elected as the Prince Consort of the Gator Bowl Court. He also played hoops at Washington Lee, and he was on the Board of Trustees from 1988 to 1998, and he was also the rector for a while. So there's young 5-star General Steve Miles. The fathers of Don Ferguson and 3 of his teammates were known as the 4 coaches. Let's let Don Ferguson tell us why.
Well, Joe McCutcheon, John Kay, Jim Stark, and my dad, all 4 dads showed up to every game all 4 years that we were out, other than one of the fathers missed one game. And I don't know what reason that was, but every time we came up in a bus or train or plane very rarely, we didn't use that much, but they were always there at the game. And I think it really meant a lot to the guys on the team.
We all know that Washington and Lee is the University of Virginia. Forever, the University of Virginia has not cared for the Virginia Wahoos. From 1937 to 1950, the Generals could not beat the Wahoos in football, but in 1951 they put a licking on the Wahoos, and Don Ferguson recalls the name Cy Young.
Cy Young was responsible for that. I remember when we took a train up to play University of Pennsylvania, we took the train through Charlottesville, and Cy Young, he went down and said, "Hey, pull all these shades down on the train. I don't want to look at anything over there in Charlottesville."
And the Generals take the second half kickoff. Up the middle of the field comes the returner. Good field position for the blue and white.
Bossetti.
Pitches to the trailing back. Abrams, he turns to the corner on the right side. He's got a big gain. He's got a first down and more for Washington and Lee. First down, Generals. Up is a cross buck. Charlie Holt, big carry, 17 yards, but oh no! A fumble, the ball is loose, and the Cowboys have it. Cowboys pick up about 8 straight up the middle. Generals reeling, and now that's 3 turnovers for Washington and Lee. Very uncharacteristic, but again, without Big Walt Michaels, a big player on both sides of the ball for Washington and Lee. The Cowboy ball carrier straight up the middle, but holding called against Wyoming will back them up. And a quick sweep around the end, and a long gain there for the running back of Wyoming down to the Washington and Lee 42-yard line. First down, Washington and Lee. Again from the single wing come the Cowboys. Direct pitch, and no gain there as Washington and Lee stacks them up at the line. Rolling to his left, faking the pass. Big pickup there. And Wyoming has the Generals back on their heels again here.
They say that love's a word.
And the Cowboys on the move again, picking up another first down inside the Generals' 30. The single wing tough today. A big trap play there, but a big stop by the Washington and Lee front wall. Talboom drops to throw, fires to the outside, a diving catch inside the 20, moves the sticks again. Handoff straight up the middle. The Generals looking outside, and that'll be the 3rd touchdown of the day as John Melton scampers 15 yards into the end zone for Wyoming, now leading 19-0 pending the conversion. A little extracurricular activity there will result in a 1.5-yard penalty against the Generals. There's the snap, the set, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Cowboys lead it 20-0. Generals trying to move from deep inside their own territory, unable to move the chains, and Washington Lee will kick it away. The punt taken on the fly by the Cowboys. Cowboys leading 20-0. The Generals get the ball back. Turnover there.
Bossetti.
Drops to pass. Fires long downfield. Incomplete inside the 10-yard line. But a penalty, an interference penalty, imagine that. Maybe they give back for that call down on the goal line in the first half. Split T.
Bossetti.
Drops this throw. Complete. What a strike. What a catch. First down, Washington and Lee. And now look at this. Slow motion. Didn't have much of that in 1951. Oh, he caught it again. So the Generals on the march.
We were not too young
Washington in the lead with the first down, trying to put some points on the board.
at all.
And the Generals on the move. A sweep around in puts the ball down inside the 5-yard line. First down. Generals hand off the right side. Nothing there. Generals knocking on the door. Second down. Pitch. Sweep. Right side. Nothing there. So now the Generals facing 3rd and goal at the 3.
Bossetti.
Hands off. No, he keeps it and into the end zone he goes. And the Generals are on the board. It's 20-6. Coach George Barkley, it's a long day for he and his Generals. 20-6. Wyoming, 20-7. Wyoming wins the game as Harry Brewer adds the extra point. Let's ask Don Ferguson what he remembers. What's a big story he remembers about the Gator Bowl?
But the real big story about the bowl, we were sure that we were going to get wristwatches, and lo and behold, we had a banquet and they handed out us alligator wallets. So we were picking out our wallets and asking us what time was it. Thankful that I was able to go to a school like Washington Lee, and I think I grew there as far as I was concerned because of the atmosphere and because of the faculty that they had.